and welcome back to the Minisode of the Book Marketing Tips and Author Success Podcast. This is, okay, so Don't Be a Gray Box on Amazon this is a text exchange that Amy and I had about how frustrated we both get when we see authors not maximizing on something that's essentially free. I mean, it is free, right? It's not essentially free, it is free. Many times we see authors who have books that are not connected, that they haven't even started working on their Author Central pages. They have literally just thrown the book up there and hoped the best. It will impact your sales, first off. Your Author Central page, when you have that kind of as the umbrella for all of your books, it's an easier way for readers to find you. And frankly, it just looks more professional. As well as, and I know Amy's going to address this because she has strong feelings. Amy has strong feelings about lots of things. But I know Amy has very strong feelings about that little gray box that we see a lot of authors just sort of show up with on Amazon.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one, it looks like you only half completed your job of putting your books on Amazon. Honestly, it just looks sloppy because it is such a no-brainer thing to do. So that is one thing. And the main reason I feel so strongly about it is because it's one of the first things I look for when an author reaches out to us. You know, I always check out their Amazon presence. Yeah. And when they write us saying like, I have this book, I have that book, I wrote a series, and I'm lucky if I find one of their titles because they're not linked and they don't have an Author Central page that pulls everything together for them. And full disclosure, I am in a position to try pretty damn hard to figure out where these books are. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I have a reason to do it. Shoppers have zero reason to work that hard to figure out what you have going on. So keep that in mind. Author Central makes it easier for authors to find all of your titles. It makes it easier to get return buyers because if they took them a long time to find you the first time, they're not coming back. One. And it also makes it hard for influencers and media to qualify your credentials because they are going to see it as a half completed job of publishing a book. And then especially if you've written multiple titles and still don't have your Author Central page, is an influencer or someone in the media going to figure out what else you have going on? You know, they want to see what you can bring to the table. And if they can't see all of your work in one sitting, they are going to move on. You've lost that opportunity. Yeah. So this is it's a piece of information I give out for free all the time. Literally any author that comes our way, if they don't have their Author Central set up, I always let them know whether we're a good fit for their needs or not. It is just the one thing that I tell them because I know how important it is and what a difference it can make. Even if you have nothing else going on yet for your book, get your Author Central page claimed and fill it out and show up for real, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, put up a picture of yourself. Fill out your bio, as Amy mentioned. You've really got to. These are all tools that are free. If you've never been on your Author Central page before, author.amazon.com. They had earlier this year, Author Central got a makeover. It's a great makeover. You can do a lot of really fun stuff. Spend the time. Look like you are invested in your own success and get up there and start optimizing your presence on Amazon, pulling all of your books together. And the other thing that I want to mention too, is that sometimes, this has happened to me. So this is why I know this firsthand. I go by Penny Sansbury. I also sometimes go by Penny C. Sansbury. All my books are listed under Penny C. Sansbury. If I publish a book under Penny Sansbury, Amazon can't figure out where it goes. So be mindful of how your name is listed on Amazon, because if you're struggling to grab all of your books under Author Central, it could be because your name, you missed a middle initial or something happened. But that's a known thing. And Amy pointed this out to me many years ago. And ever since then, we've always been very careful with it. But I see a lot of authors that deal with this as well. I hope this minisode has been helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. As ever, we appreciate reviews wherever you listen to podcasts. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.